Hello, fight fans. I'm One More Sanchez, and joining me live from San Antonio on Zoom is WBA Continental Bantamweight Champion Ramon Dinamita Cardenas. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you for having me again.
Absolutely. This is your second time, first time on this show, but
Mm-mm,
I enjoyed our very first one, and at that time you wasn't a champion, so
mm-mm.
congratulations,
Thank you, brother.
congratulations. How was
Yeah,
that feeling? Speaking of champion, how was it? I mean, what's the feeling?
it's one of those feelings, man. It's really hard to explain because it's something you work for. I mean, at least me, I always tell people it was something that I knew was gonna happen. I didn't think it was like something out of this world. I knew it was gonna happen. It was just a matter of time. I worked my ass off for it. So, like I said, it was really a matter of time, and it's a feeling where it's I'm almost there because these are the belts that get you to the world titles.
And for those that don't know, you're actually currently right now ranked number four, right?
Mm-hmm. By the WBA.
So you're just like right there.
Yeah.
What would you say, because you haven't defended the title yet, what would you think would be harder, defending a title or going for that belt? Is there a different feeling?
I think defending it is always going to be harder because it's one of those things where when you when you are like trying to fight for this belt or trying to fight for really any belt, you're gonna go hungry. You're gonna go and you're gonna train your ass off. You're gonna run that extra mile every single time. You're gonna hit the bag the extra round every single time. And I think when you get there, it depends on the person, not necessarily every fighter. Depends on the person, but a lot of the fighters seem to get uh, you know, um,
Complacent or just
complacent with what they've achieved. They're like, I already achieved what I wanted to, so I'm just gonna, take it easy and I'm gonna do this. That's what separates, those legends like Floyd Mayweather, Miguel Cotto, Manny Pacquiao, is they never lose that hunger, that same hunger, like that underdog hunger
grit?
they
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
They always keep that, and so I personally think keeping it is the hardest. They always say in anything really getting there is easy. The hard part is staying there.
Is going into the training camp. I know before we got on, you're gonna go. You're on your way to start training camp. Is the training camp going to be a little different just because I have a feeling, and you said it earlier in one of your posts, that this is going to be the year that you get to fight for the bigger belts and bigger audience. Is your training going to be different this year, or
Yeah,
is
of
there any plans
course.
for that?
Of course, man. This training camps coming up are gonna be like super intense. These are gonna be one of those training camps where flying people out from different cities and having them train with us and stay with us is gonna be important because these are fights that they're already right there. Any fight from here on out could be for a world title. So I think the intensity, and not only the intensity but the focus of the fights, they pick up dramatically. It's not so much, oh yeah, we're gonna fight this guy and he's not very good. No, it's gonna be like, nah, now every single guy you're gonna fight from here on out
Mhm.
is just as good as you, if not a little bit better. And yeah, man, I mean the preparation has to be up to par just as much as the fight has to be. If the fight's hard, the preparation has to be harder. So yeah, these training camps coming up are going to be super intense.
No, at home, because for those that don't know, I mean, we just entered the new year. Now that you champ, did the family expect bigger Christmas presents?
Right? Yeah. I think they all understand that it's a process.
Mhm.
Boxing is really a process, and it's not so much like, yeah, you want to fight now, you have millions. I think
Yeah.
they understand, and I think a lot of boxers kind of mess up like that because as soon as they start making like you feel like you gotta help so and so, you gotta help this guy because this guy gave you this one day, and this guy helped you with this, and I mean, I really think every athlete, not just boxers, every athlete they go through that. You got an athlete that hits the lotto in a sense, goes to the NBA or
Mhm.
goes to the NFL, and right away, they were like, oh, I'm gonna buy my mom this or I'm gonna buy my dad this. My family knows like I'm trying to buy myself that first before I could even think about buying anybody else anything.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, man, I think you could say, yeah, next year they're gonna expect better gifts.
What about, since you weren't on training, were you able to have a good like Thanksgiving and Christmas feast? Or
Yeah, that was
did
the
you have to watch it?
no, that was the best thing was since I fought in August, it was like Christmas and Thanksgiving was literally a few months away. So
Mhm.
I was able to kind of enjoy it, eat, and I was training in Florida. I came back to San Antonio to just enjoy that with my family, and now I'm heading back to start my camp again.
And it seems like this year there's especially a lot of times like Texas boxers are coming up right now. It's like right in their
Mhm.
prime. I know San Antonio, Dallas, Houston area. It's just the scene's getting bigger. Have you
Mhm.
had the opportunity to speak with anyone there, or is there any like stablemates that you're close to that y'all?
Um, I think I haven't really, to be honest. It's one of those things, man, where everybody we kind of just took our own paths.
Mhm,
No love lost. I see the guys and I'm like, yo, what's up? They see me, they tell me what's up, and I wish everybody their own on their own careers. I wish them nothing but the best. I think it's one of those things, man, where you get older and you start. Everybody takes their own path in life, and not everybody is meant to stay in your life forever. Um, I again, man. I mean, we see each other through boxing, and that's really just the best thing because I've grew up with a lot of these guys that are world champions now or contenders like me, and it feels good because you see them and you're like, okay, like we're all still
mhm,
pushing
mhm.
this, and eventually San Antonio and Texas in general, man, not just San Antonio. Texas is gonna have a lot of world champions coming up in the future. I would say in the next, I would say even 5 years, man, Texas is gonna be taking over like all of boxing. You're gonna have champions in multiple divisions, and from 118 all the way to 152, you're gonna have champions all over from Texas.
Yeah. What do you have as far as how many fights you want to
I
you
want to
kind of
do
like?
at least three, man, three or
Okay.
four. The more, the better. I get to stay focused a little bit more with training camps. I would hope for three if defending my title, and then at least twice. I want to defend it twice. I don't want to be. I don't want to be those champions that just win them and then just vacate them. I want to
Mhm,
defend my titles and hopefully, man, like two, three times. No, two, yeah, two, three. If I can do
mhm,
three, that would be nice. Two, it's I think now it's 10, 12 rounds. The rigorous training camps of doing 10, 12 rounds, fighting the 10, 12 rounds, you're bound to get injuries. That's why Canelo and all those guys are fighting just two fights per year. They used to. Canelo is right now he's doing good. Floyd Mayweather, let's put it Floyd Mayweather style. He'd fight in May and then again in September and then he was done
mhm, mhm.
because it's the more rounds you go, the training gets harder and the more injury prone you're bound to be. So yeah, man, I would hope to fight at least three.
Awesome. Is there any fights that you're excited to see this year or want to see?
If I would have to choose one, it would be Inoue versus Donaire. I think that
So,
fight right there would be an amazing fight, not only for the boxing fans, but really for just everybody that
mhm,
enjoys watching boxing like that. You have your casual fans that just like sports and they just like really just any type of sports. I think this fight would be for the fans. And then for me, for myself, because ultimately, yo, I want to get the winner of them too. I want to get the winner of Casemiro or Donaire. I want to get the winner of them because ultimately I'm ranked in the division like them, and those are the guys that I need to fight in order to be champion. That's the fight I'm really looking forward to.
right, and you're going to be watching that one pretty close.
Yeah, very very closely, man. Super close.
Speaking to them, have you ever sparred or in the amateurs? Did you ever go? Never, any of them?
Never, man. I never got the chance to. I'm glad in the sense I didn't simply because now it's you're gonna fight them. It's one of those things where you don't want them to know, okay, this guy's good at this or this guy's good at that. I've seen them.
Hmm.
I've seen Donaire for a lot. I've seen Inoue. I've seen these guys and you can see there's a lot of video on them. So you can kind of start picking apart what you want to work on against them, what you don't want to do against them, and all that stuff. And with me, they haven't seen none of that. So I'm kind of like the guy that can just pull up to the division and just like start shocking people.
No, you get it's true. 'Cause you're there to take, like you said, you're trying to get bigger and bigger, better stages.
Yeah.
In the camp that you're going, are you adding anything different, like any strength and conditioning coach or a nutritionist?
I don't think so, man. I have a tremendous strength and conditioning coach and a coach. They work very good together. I
Mhm.
think now it's gonna be more just me being a little bit more like, I wouldn't say picky, but hey, man, I want to do this and I want to do that, and let's do it like this or let's do that. Or I feel like my conditioning needs better work, or I feel like my explosion work needs better work. I think just being more honest with myself and being a little bit more, um, I would say, just more honest in a sense of what you need to work on, and that's something you need to speak up on and work on that. So yeah, that's what I feel like. I don't think the camps are gonna change, or people in my camp is gonna change. I might add someone. Don't want to say no names yet, but
Mhm,
I
mhm.
might add someone
Okay.
into the camp that has a tremendous brain and will help out a lot. But until then, I'll know. Other than that, man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Correct. All right, man. We're gonna get to my favorite part. I'm just gonna ask you some random questions. What did you get for Christmas?
One of my gifts, I got my girlfriend actually bought me like a, I like anime, bro. I'm a big
Okay.
anime fan. So she got me like a little statue of one of my favorite characters in Naruto. So that was very cool. I got that, and what else? I got a jersey, a Dallas Cowboys jersey. So that was also very cool.
That's awesome, man. Um, Music wise, what are you listening to right now while you're working out?
I listen to a lot of Alice in Chains. I listen to a lot of just really rock music, man. Alice in Chains and Nirvana and stuff like that. I like to listen to like music that's like very high tempo,
Mhm.
because that's, you're in the gym, man. You're not at the freaking, you're not at the store. You want to be hyped up, and that's the type of music that gets me hyped up.
Now, if you could fight anyone in any weight class, who would you like to fight? Even
In
if they
any
were
weight class,
any weight class, like say if you wanted to fight Muhammad Ali, that means you would have been a heavyweight. Is there anyone in
uh,
particular?
if I had to choose, I think I would choose Canelo, because it's one of those things, man. If you want to be the best, you got to test yourself
Mhm.
against the best. You
Yeah.
can't call out, let's say, mm, a guy that no one knows, and nah, man, you got to go for the big one. I would say Canelo. If I had the chance to be at 160 or 175, then that would be the guy that I would go for. I wouldn't want to go for anybody else. He's the main
Mhm.
one. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So I would say him.
Another question. Your journey took you many fights to get where you're at, and you're on the peak of
Mhm.
that level. Is promotion a big part of it? Like those fighters who are like 8-0, 12-0 that got to that level immediately. Does promotion play a big factor in that, in
Of
your
course,
opinion?
man. Of course. I think nowadays, if you have 100,000 followers, you're automatically a good boxer. In the
Mhm.
promoter's eyes, if you have $100,000 followers, you're automatically a good boxer. Everybody knows that that's not true. Promoters, they do a good job at promoting fighters. Some of them, they blow so much smoke up their, you already know what, that they get to a point of their career where they just fold. They fight somebody who can fight, and they're like, oh damn, it turns out this guy's not as good as we thought.
Mhm.
Um, So yeah, man, you can have a guy who has 500 followers or 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers, and he's beating the shit out of a guy that has 100,000 followers, and just because their promoter is telling people, "Yo, this guy's the next big thing, and he's the next big guy," people believe that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So of course, man, promotion does a very good job at blowing smoke in people's ass, and makes sure that they believe like this guy's the next big thing. Um, yeah.
Yeah,
So
so,
yeah,
social media playing a big factor of everything now. That's crazy,
yeah,
right?
man. And that's the crazy part, bro. Is nowadays you can sign with the promoter and sign with a manager with just social media, man. You can have
Mhm.
100,000 followers, and these big promoters will sign you simply because they don't really have to do a lot of the work. They just have to give you a better push. They got to push you a little bit, but that's it. You know, you're basically doing their job for them, and it makes it easier on them. And for fighters like me, or fighters like other guys that are not big on social media or not trying to put themselves out there as much, we have a hard time because promoters don't look our way simply because it's like, you know, we got to put more work into this guy, and we don't really want to. So let's just go on to the next.
It's better to stay with the squad that you have right now because they've been with you from day one, right?
Exactly, bro.
Now, I know I follow you on social media. I know you're a huge Cowboy fan. How do you think they're going to, what do you predict their playoffs? It's almost going to be playoff time.
Man, bro, I've been saying this the whole year. We beat a bunch of teams that obviously we're supposed to beat. Every time we play someone that's actually good, we lose. I personally think that if we keep playing the way we play versus like tough teams, we'll be like a one and done. I don't see us beating anybody that is actually a decent team. I mean, just look at it. We lost to the Chiefs. We recently lost to who did we lose to our last game?
Cardinals.
You know, these are teams that ultimately, like, we should. I mean, with the talent that the Cowboys have, bro, they should be all right. But every time they play a good team, they seem to just fold. Dak seems to fold, and again, man, I don't see us going very far. And I'm just a realist. I'm a fan, but I'm a realist too. It's like if I said the Spurs are gonna win the championship. I'm a Spurs fan too, but yo, I'm a realist, bro. Like I know that the Spurs right now are doing terrible, and I know that the Cowboys too. You can't. Yeah, our record's what is 11-5, but you can't credit 11 wins versus teams that are freaking losing, and we haven't beat a single team that's been has a winning record basically. So I mean, yeah, man, I think one and done.
So last question: when you get that belt this year, what's the first thing you're gonna do?
First thing I'm gonna do. The first thing I'm gonna do, man, it might be a little sad, but I'm gonna take it to my boxing trainer that passed away. I'm gonna take it to his burial, and I'm gonna lay it there for him for a little bit, and just basically just let out emotions, man. I've been hiding a lot of emotions, and that's one thing that I told him that I was gonna do. And when I get it done, that's the first person I'm gonna take it to, man. I'm gonna bring it back to San Antonio, and I'm gonna take it to his burial, and I'm gonna be there with him for a little bit.
That's awesome, man. I remember you talked about it on another interview. That's it. Again, I'm following your career real closely, and I feel it. So
thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
Got to present that 210.
Yeah, man, bro. I'm excited, bro. This year is gonna be a really good year.